What's going on, guys? My name is Lost, and welcome to another Kingdom Hearts UQuest video. So guys, I have been holding this in for quite a while now, but after this morning, after my silver Moogle tickets that I got from obtaining either one copy of Kairi or Xion, or two Kairis or two Xions, whatever way it is that I got it, but I did manage to get the requirements to get the 3 silver Moogle tickets in the JP version. It didn't come out in the global version, which I'm surprised. I honestly thought that they would do that, but they actually did not, which again, it surprises me a lot. But I did my pulls this morning, guys, and this is what I got, and we are about to talk about this because this right here, this has to change. This really, not only including like the rewards that you get out of Moogle tickets depending on which ticket that you got, but just the fact that PvP needs to be changed for the better, because PvP as of right now is not that it's difficult, but it's very tough for a lot of players to be able to even obtain a silver Moogle ticket. And I feel like for all of those players that really try that hard and try their best to try to set up their best setups to be able to obtain at least one silver Moogle ticket, and then wake up to seeing that they got kicked out because somebody out of a higher rank decided to attack them, and because of that they only get a bronze ticket while the player who attacked them advanced very far. And so that's another thing that we're going to talk about. But as you guys can see right here through these screenshots, the only good thing that I got, well, the only like great thing that I finally got after like maybe 3 weeks of not getting any Moogle, excuse me, any tier 8 blue fairies, was just this one, and that's it. And as you can see, these are all of my silver Moogle tickets, and look at that: tier 3, tier 3, tier 3, tier 3, tier 3, 1 tier 4, 1 tier 5. It's like, why? My thing is, why even put a tier 3 blue fairy in a silver Moogle ticket, knowing the fact that that's what people are trying to get the most out of? Yes, of course, we do want to get the gold Moogle ticket to increase our chances of getting like the tier 7 or maybe even potentially the tier 8 Moogle ticket. But right now, it's very hard for a lot of players to be able to get that. And even if they do make the actual ranking itself, just the fact that they have to wake up to disappointment, and knowing the fact that even after they tried so hard to try to go for this certain ranking to try to get themselves at least like one silver Moogle ticket or 2 or maybe even a gold one, and then being kicked out because somebody way far in the ranks has taken them out, because of that, it's not right, and it needs to be taken care of. Now, so let's go ahead and talk about it, guys. Let me get this slideshow out the way for you. But yeah, that's basically what my silver Moogle tickets were this morning. I have yet to complete a set of tier 8 blue fairies right now. I only need one more, and PvP has been out for like, what, a little over a month. And you know, just before I get into it, I do want to let everybody know, this is not like a complaining video. This is not you know, me being like, oh, I'm whining because I have not gotten a set of tier 8 blue fairies or anything like that. It's not even like that, because I had posted on my Twitter, I posted it in the Kingdom Hearts and UQuest Facebook community, and excuse me, sorry about that. And I got a lot of feedback, and because my question to everybody was, if there was one thing that you can change out of PvP, what would it be and why? So for me personally, and of course I want you guys to not only comment in the comment section below to let me or the community know, because of course I do have a small fan base. So of course there are people that do read the comics, they do watch my videos and whatnot, and so of course the interaction is definitely there. People know that, hey, LostPredictions, he makes JP videos, but he also plays global as well. Even though JP is his main, you know, he still has some say in the global community of Kingdom Hearts and UQuest. You know, just because I'm not 100% global full time, or to make update videos, which I know I said I was going to, I just haven't had the chance, and you know, put myself into more serious on the global side as much as I am in JP, doesn't mean that I'm not part of the community, because I play the game just as much as you and the next guy and the next girl and whoever else it is that plays UQuest. So This is not a whining video. I just want to let you guys know this is something that everybody has been wanting. Now, before I start this off, again, I apologize if I said that twice. There was a Reddit post of a player who got really upset at the fact that he was at a very good ranking. I'm not sure exactly what the ranking was that he or she had placed, but they were in pretty good standings to potentially even get a silver Moogle ticket, and then they wake up to seeing that they got kicked out of it, and they got, you know, they got sniped pretty much. They got sniped from somebody who was way back there in the rankings, and that upset him or her very, very much. And honestly, that would have upset me too, because in global's PvP, I don't really take it too seriously, other than JP, because JP, I go as hard as I can, and I try my best to try to get the best ranking that I can, so that maybe, just maybe, I can get myself, if RNG is on my side, the right blue fairy, so that I can evolve my metal, so that I can be stronger. Because that's the whole point of PvP, the whole point of rewards and everything, the whole point of trying to rank up is like, hey, I want to get all of these blue fairies so that I can evolve my metal, so I can get stronger, so that way I can rank up higher and have a better chance of getting all of these Moogle tickets. Now, in that Reddit post, though, there's one thing that I do want to mention, and Glacier, who does work for Cena, she did comment on that and saying that there are some changes that are currently being worked on when it comes to players that are far behind in the rank, sniping other players who are like already ahead of them and whatnot. So thankfully, that has been noticed, that has been addressed and whatnot, but we need to make that extra push. We gotta let Cena know, and not just Cena, but Square Enix over there in Japan as well, because I tagged both Cena and Square Enix JP to tell them, be like, look, this is getting ridiculous. Like, you know, we're over here trying our best to get our rewards. At least one silver Moogle ticket that's at rank 3,000. Only 3,000 players are going to get it. And I feel like when it comes to the ranking systems, they also need to change that. They really need to go back to the first original ranking system that it used to be. But change it up a little bit, where instead of it being top 3,000 to at least get one silver Moogle ticket, for me personally, I feel like they should extend that to at least top 5,000. That way, other players, those other 2,000 players, can potentially have a chance of getting a silver Moogle ticket, and, you know, based on RNG, if they want to be good to them, at least get something other than a tier 3 blue fairy. Hopefully a tier 4, tier 5, tier 6, maybe even a tier 7 or tier 8 blue fairy. So again, Glacier did comment on that, so that is being fixed in the works. But this whole sniping thing that goes on, not even at the last hour of PvP reset in both JP and Global, but just the whole fact that, again, a player who will attack another player that has a better ranking, that is like so far ahead. And let's take an example right now. I've already done one match so far in Global, and I did it before I started recording. I don't know if it caught it or not, but say right now, my current ranking at the moment right now is 21,870, right? So if I wanted to go find another match, you know, I was like, okay, you know, I want to catch up on the rankings and whatnot. You know, I want to try my best to try to get into maybe top 3,000 for a silver Moogle ticket. Look at the differences right now, but look at the big difference down here. That is almost a huge jump in rankings, and I feel like they need to change that. They need to change that, because in top 100, no, excuse me, in top 50 in JP, I know for sure that I've been there once or twice before. And when it comes to us trying to find which player it is that we want to attack to try to obtain their ranking, we don't automatically go into like top 10. They focus on players that are much closer, somewhere between like 10 or 20 ranks, maybe even 25 or 30 ranks if we're lucky. But something like that, where say you're in top 50 and you only have the possibility of facing a few number of players in, you know, in those 25 ranks below top 50, is something they need to implement to the ranks, to the lower ranks that are currently like as to what you see right here right now. So again, my rank was 2100 something something, and look how much of a jump I could do right now if I wanted to face this player right here that is 8,980. I can already be in top what is it, top 10,000, and then I can obtain myself based on the rewards and whatnot. I can get myself some better rewards. So right now I can get, if I look at the rankings correctly right now, I can get 2 bronze Moogle tickets. If I were to go and face this player right now, I can easily obtain myself a silver Moogle ticket right now. So that's the thing that I'm talking about, is that it's not fair to those players who right now are in these rankings, like say like 7,500 to 15,000. Right? It's not fair for somebody in like the 50,000 to all of a sudden make that huge jump. The thing about PvP is, I know that everybody is trying to, excuse me, sorry about that. I know that everybody is trying to get the best ranking that they can as fast as possible and everything like that. But the thing is though, depending on how long the ranking actually is, which usually most of the time it has been a week for us. I know they recently did like a whole date change and whatnot, but I mean, that was just only temporary because they wanted to switch the days. But in all those 7 days, like take example for 1 week, I feel like they need to try to shrink that gap a little bit, so that way players from like way behind in the rankings does not all of a sudden attack somebody who is in a better ranking than what they are right now. So I think that's like one of my biggest things right there, is that they need to fix it. And I'll give you guys another great example. Last week's PvP, I was in top 100 for a little bit. There was 1 hour left before JP's weekly reset on Thursday morning, so it was 10 a.m. So I stopped working. I stopped what I was doing because I was trying to focus on PvP, because every single player out there, and I know that most likely each and every one of you, which I mean, I'm not really assuming, but I mean, it's out there. Like, people already know that pretty much anybody, you know, would be willing to do that. But so many players out there wait till the last hour before weekly PvP reset to try to get their best rankings, because everybody knows that they are waiting to use their 5 tries or their 10 tries to try to get the best ranking before that hour ends. And with me, I was in top 100 because of everybody doing that and waiting for until the last hour to be able to obtain a better ranking. I got kicked out of top 100 by somebody who was in top 300. That's not fair. In my opinion, that is not fair. If honestly, I wouldn't have not been too upset if it was somebody in like top 200. You know, that's what I'm saying about trying to shrink the gaps between like rankings and whatnot. You know, the closer you get to the top like 500 or 400, like take example, you're in top 600, you want to try to get somebody in top 500, between 500 and 400, or excuse me, between 500 and 600, but you're like in 6 something, that's fair. Now, if you beat somebody between those ranks, say you get 535 and you're trying to go into the top 400 ranks, they only have it so that the game will be like, okay, let's find somebody who is free and is not going to make you wait for the God knows how long 20-hour loading screen to let you know that that either they're in a battle or somebody's fighting you. Then you still have that possibility of fighting and obtaining that player who is between that 400 or 500 ranking, and be able to advance. Now, the whole the biggest pet peeve that I have about PvP right now is the timing issue. Like I just said, the fact that they need to find a better way to be able to let us know whether or not the player is in a battle or somebody is attacking us. And I feel like there can be ways, but one way that I thought might actually work, but of course, again, comment in the comment section below, would be to have like a little icon next to our character. So let's go back. Let's go into our ranking. Let's say per se right now we're gonna go try to find somebody that we want to see if we can beat and win and take their ranking. So I gave it a little bit of thought, And I thought, you see how you have like all the information about the player and whatnot, you know, their keyblade strength, the defense, you know, the characters themselves, their pets, etc., etc. My thing is, why not put a little indication, like a little icon, like, hey, this person's in a battle, skip it, skip this player, you know, see if anybody else is not fighting somebody, you know. But if they're not fighting anybody, go ahead and you know, attack that player. Give that indication, like, hey, this player's not fighting somebody. You know, are you wanting to attempt to attack them to possibly obtain their PvP ranking? Something like that, I feel like would give a way better indication of whether or not we want to waste those precious, especially during the last hour of PvP reset, those precious times, those seconds to find out whether or not if the player it is that we're attempting to fight is in a battle or not. And it can be the same way in reverse, you know, especially say per se somebody is trying to fight you, you know, get like a little notification icon like where your current ranking is and be like, hey, somebody's fighting you. So I mean, like, you know, just wait it out for a little bit. That, in my opinion, I feel like that would personally help me, especially because since everybody wants to attack everybody and during the last hour, just that little bit of an indication right there on this screen of either, you know, whether the player is in a fight or not, or somebody's attacking me, would save everybody so much time. You would not be wasting those precious little minute or two, especially with those terrible loading screens, to be able to wait it out or find somebody else that you want to fight, or wait until somebody who is trying to fight you either wins or loses against you. I feel like that would be a way better fix, in my opinion. Other thing that I want to talk about is the ranking rewards. The ranking rewards is again, I feel like they should change it up, because these ranking rewards right now at the moment, you know, I feel like are not really too hot, especially for players who are trying to at least even get 1 or 2 silver Moogle tickets. In my opinion, guys, for anybody who is above top 3,000, I feel like they should kind of like shift everything down a little more. So maybe top 3,000 or 5,000, you know, to try to get at least 1 gold Moogle ticket, and then so on and so forth. And also the amount of tickets that we get, depending on which ranking it is, to go back to the way that it used to be when PvP first came out. Because after the first week, it seemed like Cena decided to be like, oh my god, like this is too much for them, we can't give them too much, they're gonna be too powerful, etc., etc. You know, let's lower it down. I was not a fan of that, because we're fighting for a reward that we can only get in PvP. Now, when it comes to these Moogle tickets, yes, I know that these are only exclusive to PvP, but make them so that you know, we could potentially have a possibility where we can obtain these tickets maybe through high score challenges, maybe through some event quests where they are, you know, where they're tough for us to be able to obtain them, depending on which actual like Moogle tickets it is we're gonna get, depending on which level and whatnot. Make it a monthly thing. Make it so that maybe we'll get like 1 or 2 silver Moogle tickets a month, or maybe even 1 gold, or, you know, a couple bronze, so we can get those tier 3s, you know, something like that. Something that, you know, we can get these tickets outside of PvP, so that way not only can we use those brand new 7-star medals for PvP, but we can use them in Coliseum, we can use it against raid bosses, we can use it against events, high score challenges for those percentage medals, because now the way that they're doing it is that the 7-star medals are now 26% in JP, and then 21% for the 6-star medals. So just little things like that would definitely make not just myself, but the whole KHUx community just happy, a little bit more happier, less saltier, so that way, you know, everybody won't just be jumping the gun, be like, oh my god, why I can't beat this. Because I'll be honest with you, I've seen so many players quit. Some personal friends of mine who I played with before for a good minute, excuse me, sorry about that, and they quit because of the whole fact that you know, of this whole PvP and how it's done and how it got changed after the first week. So I mean, it's just little things like that. And again, you know, I'm not speaking for myself. I'm speaking out of what I read on Facebook, what I've read on Twitter, what I've read on my Discord server, because a lot of people, you know, they want changes, but they want positive changes. They want positive changes to the point where it's like, okay, PvP is a little bit fun. You know, it's a little bit challenging. Of course, it is a challenge because you're facing against other players and whatnot. But I mean, it's, for me, I'd rather not get a handout. I'd rather actually earn what it is that I can possibly earn. And if I don't get what I want, you know, that means like I need to try harder. So that's just me though. The other little thing, or the other big thing that I want to finish off with is the is this again. So earlier in this video, if you have stuck around so far, because this has been a 20-minute talk, but yeah, so these rewards, in my opinion, I feel like the best way that they can be changed so that it can be a little bit more balanced, because when it comes to bronze, silver, and gold Moogle tickets, they are unbalanced in my opinion. So I feel like for bronze Moogle tickets, they should range between the tier 1 to tier 3 only, and that's it. Silver Moogle tickets should range from tier 4 up to tier 6, and that's it. We don't want to see a tier 3 blue fairies in a silver Moogle ticket, because that to us is almost like old school, Kingdom Hearts Union cards, where we used to get story quest medals in our medal pools. That's how I feel every time that I see a tier 3 blue fairy in a silver Moogle ticket. Square Enix, that has to change. That really truly has to change. And then of course for gold, I would say they could stick it to just tier 7 and 8, but I feel like that might be a little overboard. So I would say tier 6, 7, and 8 should be the gold Moogle tickets. So that way you still have a possibility of getting a tier 6 in the silver one and in the gold one as well. Because of course, you know, if everybody was able to obtain gold tickets, everybody will be having 7 stars Lexius, or 7 stars I don't know, shoot, other recently medals that came out recently. I can't think off the top of my head right now, but you guys get what I mean. So I mean, if it were up to me, if it were up to me to trying to figure out like how I would change the what we will get in each ticket, that is how I would change it. Tier 1 to tier 3 blue fairies, bronze tickets. Tier 4 to tier 6 blue fairies, silver tickets. And then tier 6 through tier 8 blue fairies, gold tickets. That's about it, guys. As always, this is a community. This is going to be a community-based thing where I want everybody to basically just let Cena and Square Enix JP, let them know how you feel. Let them know at the fact that, you know, a lot of this PvP stuff and the rewards, and then what you get out of these tickets is pretty bullshit. And yeah, I said it. It's bullshit. And so, of course, voice your opinions. You know, let everybody know in the comment section below. You know, don't make no like huge argument over one tiny little thing. You know, be respectful of what everybody, you know, says and whatnot, because of course it's just their opinions just as much as I am giving my opinions and how I feel about PvP so far. So as always, guys, you know, share this video, you know, post it on Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, and whatnot. You know, let everybody know that, hey, you know, share this to Cena, you know, post it, keep spamming him on Twitter. Let everybody know that, hey, we want changes, and you know, we need them as soon as possible. We don't want to wait no 2 or 3 months to see some changes. We want to see those positive changes. This community has grown into where like half is salty and half is not. And yes, I said it because you know what, it's true. But there are those people who actually do, you know, sit down for a second, those players, excuse me, and actually think like, you know, what can you do to what could we do as a recommendation to this company to make this game better, so that way you know, the fan base, the big fan base that this game has, can continue playing their game, you know. So make sure you share it like on Twitter, on Reddit, Facebook, anywhere that you can think of, guys. You know, let them know and voice your opinions down in the comment section below. And that's about it, guys. I'm not gonna ask anybody to like. Of course, that's all up to you. This is more of you know, trying to get our concerns, if that's a nice way to put it, to Square Enix. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and yeah, let's hope that we hear something from them soon. Take care, guys, and I will see y'all next time.